Chapter 14. Whispers in the streets. Dorian stood on a gravel-covered road, its loose stones crunching under his boots as he surveyed the modest house in front of him. The neighborhood was a step above the slums, but still far removed from the cobbled streets of the wealthier districts. Small wooden buildings leaned together as though sharing each other's weight, their timber walls weathered and warped by years of neglect. Many of the homes had windows, but they were few and small, with shutters hanging crookedly or missing entirely. The faint smell of damp wood and lingering smoke from early morning fires reached Dorian's nose. There weren't many beggars here, not like the shady parts of the city, but the occasional gaunt face peeked out from a doorway or alley, watching him with wary curiosity. A dog barked somewhere down the street, its sharp sound startling a flock of crows from a nearby roof. He studied the houses in front of him for a moment, its faded paint flaking away in patches, the door slightly off-centered from the frame. Despite its poor condition, there was something dignified about the way it stood, as though its owners refused to let it fall entirely to ruin. Dorian turned to the runner who had brought him here.
"You sure this is it?"
he asked. The boy nodded. "This is where he lives. You swore not to hurt them, remember?" Dorian tried a reassuring smile toward the boy.
"Concern for your friends is admirable. No harm will come to them,"
he assured the boy, tossing him the coin he had promised. The lad caught it nimbly and darted off into the morning. "Want us to check it first, sir?" one of Dorian's guard asked.
"No, that won't be necessary. No need to scare them with soldiers,"
Dorian replied, gesturing for his guards to step back. He knocked twice, the sound echoing against the quiet street. Inside, he could hear the hurried shuffle of footsteps. After a brief pause, the door cracked open, and a woman peered out cautiously. "Yes, my lord?" she asked hesitantly.
"My name is Banner General Dorian Stormcrest. I seek an audience with your son."
"Stormcrest!" A man's voice called from deeper inside. Dorian thought he recognized it, but couldn't place it. Moments later, a man hobbled into view, leaning on a wooden crutch. His weather-beaten sergeant's uniform was faded but still recognizable.
"Mattis Couric,"
Dorian interrupted, the name coming to him at last.
"I remember."
He offered a small, genuine smile.
"Good to see you in such... Good to see you still alive, man. Not many of us are still kicking."
He winced at his choice of words, glancing at Carrick's crutch, but the old sergeant smiled back. At least that explained why the king's squire was not the son of a noble family. Leor had earned his station in his honor of his war hero father.
A respectable decision,
Dorian thought. "You wish to see Leor, General. Has the king summoned him? Usually there's a runner, not a general, to fetch him." The sergeant looked perplexed.
"The king has not sent for him, but we need him for urgent business to ensure the king's safety. Might we borrow him from you for a couple of hours? And please, no mention of it. Secrecy is of utmost importance."
The woman who had opened the door narrowed her eyes at the street and likely caught a glimpse of the soldiers hanging back. She leaned closer to the man and whispered something to him. He shook his head. "You mustn't worry, Helena. I trust Stormcrest. He's one of the few honest men left in this country." He looked back at Dorian. "I'll trust my son's safety to you, sir, and you can entrust us with your need for secrecy." Helena led Dorian inside the cramped hallway and into a small room Dorian first mistook for a wardrobe. He knew the common folk did not live large in the city, but this was beyond his understanding. Who would want to live like this? "He will be with you shortly," Helena said as she headed back into the hall with her candle, leaving Dorian in the darkness of the room. As the light emerged from the hallway, Dorian saw a boy nudged into the room by Helena. "Go on," she said. The boy placed a burning candle on the small table in the room and glanced at Dorian as he sat down. "Morning, General. How may I be of service?" Dorian took a deep breath before beginning.
"I hate to be the bearer of bad news, lad, but the king is in danger, and he needs your help. I need your help."
The boy shot to his feet. "The king is in danger? Is that why he's missing? Where is he?"
"Calm down, lad. He won't be any safer if you panic. What's the soldier's first rule?"
The boy collected himself. "Think before you act."
"That's right, lad,"
Dorian said, giving Leor's shoulder a firm squeeze.
"I need your help to find the people loyal to him."
Leor frowned. "He is the king. Everyone is loyal to him." He took a step toward the door. Dorian raised his hand to stop him.
I've heard you're a smart boy, Leor. You know what I mean. Those who are truly loyal.
Leor's frown deepened. If you want to know who is truly loyal, doesn't that suggest you're not among them?
Dorian smiled.
So, you are smart. No, Ghalen wouldn't count me as one of his closest allies. But on my honor as a bannered general and a man of integrity, I want to help the king. I believe he needs my help. I want to prevent any bloodshed.
Leor swallowed hard, looking down at the floor. The best battle is the one resolved before it begins, he murmured. Dorian raised an eyebrow.
Who taught you that?
I...
No need to defend yourself. It's sound advice. I just wasn't expecting a lecture in strategy from a squire.
Dorian grinned as the boy blushed.
Well, if you want to prevent any bloodshed, I suggest you arrange a meeting with Galen's most loyal supporters. At least let them know I want to see them. I swear we mean no harm. We want to help Ghalen against the rebellion.